Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today I am back with another game recap here. The first of two meetings here against the Boston Bruins on the road. The Flyers' first road game of the year ends up being a shootout loss. We see 3-on-3 overtime for the first time this season. And the Flyers, they have two blown leads here in the third period that cost them this game. Overall, we saw some lineup changes. Obviously, we hear the injury reports on Morgan Frost and Phil Myers. So the Flyers coming into this game without Couturier and Kutz's replacement in Frost and another center and a top four defenseman in Myers. So, kind of to start off, I had a good feeling the Flyers were going to win this one. I thought last game was our most consistent effort. Kind of coming into this one, I was like, all right, let's kind of take that momentum we built, even though we lost two guys, and let's kind of, regroup here. They did have another injury in this one. Mark Freeman ended up getting hurt in the second period, so they essentially played pretty much half of this game with five defensemen. Again, they just cannot catch a break with these injuries. So, start off as I talk about those line changes. First line, or excuse me, I shouldn't say first line. There really wasn't an actual first line. You had Jake with Hayes and Farabee, Lindblom, Patrick, and Konechny. JVR with Giroux and Lawton, and then Raffle, Bunneman, and Aube-Kubel for the offense. Defense, Provorov, Sanheim, Gustafsson and Myers, and Hagen, Freeman, and Carter Hart was in net to start this one tonight. So overall, first period, Flyers, they get their legs moving early. They generate a couple chances in the offensive zone, but really no shots on goal. They only had 4 shots in this period. Complete Boston domination. Boston gets a power play here at 16-18. Giroux, Tripp in the offensive zone. Flyers, again, with the offensive zone penalties, they keep taking them every game. Flyers were very aggressive at the line on this one. Bergeron had a chance in front. Hart made a nice save on that. With the Flyers kill off the penalty. Freeman draws the penalty for a Flyers power play here at 13:03. Rough power play, not shooting enough, sloppy zone entries, and they passed up a lot of opportunities to shoot the puck. That changed as the game went on. Flyers had 2 shots on goal little over halfway through. They were literally just standing there, not really doing anything in the defensive zone. A lot of puck watching. And Boston gets another power play here at 1:47, so they had 13 seconds that went over. Aube-Kubel was called on a slash. Again, it's just one of those like tap calls where like the guy swings a stick and hits the stick or the arm or his glove, hand, whatever, and they call it a slash. It's such like a ticky-tack call. It's so aggravating because it really shouldn't be called, but it's going to be because they've reinforced the whole slash rule and things like that. Really bad period, as I said. Passed up way too many shots, had to shoot more, stop puck watching, and just move your feet. And that's what they did going into the second. Hart was really good in this period, kept the Flyers in it. And the Flyers were getting absolutely killed in the faceoff circle after this period. It was 75% faceoffs for Boston, 25 for the Flyers. Shots on goal were 14 to 3, in favor of Boston there. Starting off in the second, killed off penalty, runs over the 13 seconds. Really bad start again, not doing enough smart plays. First couple minutes, it was really all Boston. Then the Flyers get a power play here. Krejci gets a high sticking penalty. Patrick shoots wide, great chance. Voracek hits a crossbar on a one-timer. Other unit comes out on the offensive zone draw, and Claude Giroux gets his first one of the season. Great shot, bar down. Konechny was kind of at the side of the net, definitely screened Rask a little bit there. First power play goal that Boston gave up all year, and this one was at 13:43 of the first period. Another Flyers power play after that goal in the faceoff. Aube-Kubel draws it. I believe it was cross-checking penalty. Really good power play. Definitely moved the puck well. Flyers had a lot of momentum. They started to build more momentum after those power plays because they started to fill the puck more and get chances and shoot in the offensive zone. And I thought both units did a good job moving the puck there. Freeman goes down bleeding. Marchand slammed into the ice on his face. They were kind of just like, it looked like it was kind of like an interference play. Freeman was trying to get around him. Marchand's kind of wrapping him, and he throws him down, and Freeman hit his face on the ice, went face first, and he's bleeding. Looked like from his head, might have been his nose. Couldn't necessarily really tell. I just saw, obviously, there's blood on the ice. He was kind of leaking from the face. So he ends up going to the room, did not come back in this one. Konechny had a really nice break around 8 minutes. Really nice stretch pass from Gustafsson. Really great play. Just quick up the zone. That's one thing I'd like to see from Gus. I think overall, again, he's essentially a liability on defense. So, for the most part, I like his offensive game, but defensively and his passing is very good. Really good stretch patcher is something that they talked about when the Flyers signed him. Aube-Kubel had a really nice block on a slap shot from the point. Play was centered in front. Hart robbed Krejci. It was a really nice save. It was one of Boston's only chances of the second. They only had 4 shots in this period. And the Flyers, they get a power play here with 4:36 left. It was on a hook. Killed off, and the Flyers get a goal here right after that. JVR for a really nice play from Hayes and Voracek. Hayes takes his time, finds Jake over at the circle, sends it in front. JVR taps it home on the side of Rask at 2:29 left. Flyers have a 2-0 lead going into the third, and on that play, Jake was now 5th all-time in assists as a Flyer. He passes Mark Recchi there, so awesome stuff for Jake. He was closing in. on his 400th assist, and he also got 700 points tonight as well. So the Flyers, they really pushing the pace on offense after the late goal. Much better period. Shots on goal were 8-4 in favor of the Flyers, 18-11 for Boston overall. But again, the Flyers really pushed the pace there, got a lot of momentum, scored 2 goals, and it just went away in the third. Bruins get one here. Stanika tap and play in front. Hart made the initial save. It's tapped in, and then Coyle right after. They're just cycling in the zone, just shot. Right in front, goes right through Hart's legs. It's 2-2. 2 goals in a minute and 10 seconds. Flyers starting to get some more chances. They crash the net, and Sanheim gets one. Voracek makes a nice play to, wait at the line, wait for the guys to crash. Sanheim crashed essentially 4-on-2, 4-on-3 with the Boston player coming back. Goes off Sanheim skating, and this was Voracek's 700 career point here on an assist. Hart made a really nice save on a 2-on-1. Lots of back-and-forth hockey after the 3-2 goal with a lot of chances, and the Flyers had 2 2-on-1s. Farabee and Hayes had one. Konechny and Patrick had one. They missed. TK had a really nice block on a point shot. Flyers were completely swarmed in their own zone. Boston power play here at 6:56. Lawton takes a cross-checking penalty in the offensive zone. Another very aggravating penalty. No reason to take that penalty. And it's another offensive zone penalty. That's 2 in this game. And the Flyers ended up killing the one off in the first period, and the Bruins tie it. Braun, I don't know what the hell he was doing on that. Essentially followed the puck, left Ritchie wide open at the side of the net. Nothing Hart could do. He was, left wide open. Because I feel like a lot of the times you've seen Braun just make this play every time. He just leaves his man open at the side of the net. And it's like, what are you doing? Because he leaves him wide open, and Ritchie just has the open net to score, and it's 3-3. And Boston pressuring again after the goal, and it's 4-3. Carlo, shot from the point, absolute howitzer from back there at 4:42 left, off the pipe and in. And right from there, it was just like, this is such an aggravating period for the Flyers. You had a 2-0 lead, and you had a 3-2 lead. You gave up 4 goals in the third period. And now you have to go to 3, and now you're down 4-3. You end up tying it here. JVR gets one on the power play. After that goal, there was actually a power play for the Flyers, penalty on Boston, cross-check off the face-off, and the Flyers get one. JVR gets his second of the game. Passing play, really nice play from Hayes. Over to Voracek, sends it in front of JVR, and the Flyers tie it now. And they were still getting hounded after that. It's like they scored, and it didn't even matter. It just seemed like, it just changed on the scoreboard, but the Boston was still generating chances. They were completely dominating the Flyers in their own zone late. And, the Flyers take a timeout here with 20 seconds left to get, because they had the defensive zone draw. Still lost the draw. Boston I don't even think they even got a shot on net on that play. But still, it's like you had a 2-0 lead and a 3-2 lead, and you couldn't even close it out. And it's just so aggravating because, at least they got a point. It's like they should have had 2. That's the thing. They should have won this game. This game shouldn't even have hit 3-on-3 overtime. So anyways, we go into overtime. Sanheim makes a really nice cut in, ends up getting stopped. Jake was robbed in front by Rask. Bruins had a couple chances. Flyers had a couple block shots from TK and Patrick. Hayes was robbed by Rask on a 2-on-1. Lawton hits a crossbar on a breakaway late. Shootout, Smith and Voracek go in the first round. They both miss. Coyle and TK goes in the second round. The Brust scores, Giroux misses, and the Flyers end up falling 5-4 in a shootout. It's a bad game. Leaves a bad taste in your mouth. You had two leads, a 2-0 lead and a 3-2 lead. Couldn't close it out. Your goaltender kept you in this game in the first period. And, it's just aggravating. It really is. I know they're hounded by injuries. I understand that. And you had to play another game with 5 defensemen for, essentially the half the game there. So, listen, these games are not going to be won by the Flyers dominating. I think that's what a lot of people got to understand. You're now down 4 players, depending on how bad the injury is to Friedman. They're not going to be these easy blowout wins. It's going to be hard now when you're down your number 1 center, a very good top 6 forward in Frost, a top 4 defenseman, and now a really good bottom pairing defenseman in Friedman. That's 4 guys in 4 games that are injured now. So this isn't helping the Flyers. But then again, they're hurting themselves because this is a game where as I said, you had this game in your hands. And again, a team like Boston, going into the third period, hasn't even scored a 5-on-5 goal, had 4 shots in the second period, and they give up 2 goals in a minute and 10. And it's just like, I don't understand it, because this is a game where the Flyers should have won. And, you got to take this. You have to move on now, and you have to go into Saturday. You have to pick up a win. 3 points in the 2 games here, 3 out of the 4 possible points you could have gotten is nice. But honestly, they need to win on Saturday now. It's just, it's just really aggravating, to be honest. a lot of good things came out of this game. A lot of bad things came out of this game. They still get completely outshot again. I believe the shots on goal were 40-26 in favor of Boston at the end of this game. You know, it's a game where you shouldn't have given up chances like that. And the Flyers should have held on with the lead. I mean, that's all I'll say. It's aggravating. It definitely leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And the Flyers ended up falling in a shootout. And again, they had so many chances in overtime to even win it. Shouldn't even went to overtime to begin with. But I digress. And again, the Flyers, they fall 5-4 in a shootout. Let me know your thoughts on this game. What do you think? I thought most of the lines were pretty good, to be honest. Jake had a great game, had 3 assists. Very good for me. He's on my fantasy team. I thought the Patrick, Konechny, and Lindblom line looked good. Couple times in the defensive zone, they couldn't really get the puck out, kind of puck watching a little bit. But overall, I thought most of the lines played good. I thought Farabee looked really good tonight. The defense was solid. I'll say that. Provorov and Sanheim looked fantastic. Hart was good. So overall, a lot of good things have come out of this, but the Flyers should have won this game. I'll say that. It should be 4-1 right now, not 3-1-1. So let me know your guys' thoughts on this game. Again, the Flyers, they fall 5-4 in a shootout. Remember, guys, podcast articles, those links are on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.